extend, pull the band. This is an isolation exercise for the triceps. Of course, the forearm is in play there. Alright, now we moved on to the military press with the bands. You can take the bands and maybe put them underneath the chair as you sit there, or you can put them underneath the chair and put your feet on them. You want to do a full extension. Come down perpendicular to the floor. Very controlled. Very smooth. We don't want to fly through these because you will not get anything done. You'll be wasting time. Now we're doing another back exercise. This time with the bands. You lean slightly forward, have a bend in your knees. Bring the cables back, turn your wrists. Don't go with it. Stay where you are, stay stationary. This is a good lower back movement. Take your time. Good. Okay, I'm going to tell you how I got started in exercising and how exercises just seem to be the most important thing for me to do in order to keep my drum playing happening and whatnot. As a young child coming up, pursuing the drums, learning how to read and learning how to play the drum set, fortunately I was surrounded by a lot of great drummers in my hometown of Baltimore. And as a young teenager, I pretty much grew up with Dennis Chambers. Dennis Chambers and I are very close. He's one of the most sought after, most demand drummers around today. And I'm quite sure you probably heard his name if you don't already know who he is. He's currently playing with Santana. But anyway, as a young teenager coming up, I used to go over to Dennis's house and we used to get together and we would play drums. And Dennis would show me a thing or two on the drum set and I would try to play it. I would try to answer him and giving it back to him that he was playing, and I could play it, but I still couldn't play it to the capacity and the level and the power that he was doing it. And that puzzled me back then because I'm like, well, I'm doing exactly what he showed me to do. What is the problem here? So another friend of mine later on said to me, well, George, maybe you need to go to the gym and work on your endurance and your power thing and come back and see what you can do. So that person already knew that the connection of the body had something to do with the performance level there. But anyway, I went to the gym and I trained for about 6 months. When I came back, went over Dennis's, sat down, did some playing. He showed me something and showed me the same licks and fills that he showed me before. I was able to play them. I was able to play them with the capacity that he had showed me, almost on the level that he was playing it. So, ever since then, I've been hooked and not turning back and finding the need of seeing what the exercise did in order to take me to another level. There were times when I used to play sambas, fast tempo songs. By the time we get to the end of the song, the tempo is twice as slow as it was when we started out. That's because you don't have control over the kit. You don't have control over your energy level, your breathing, just being able to be powerful all through the song or the songs. And you have like 5 or 6 horn players just taking solos, and then they all walk off the stage and leave you up there. What you going to do? You have to have some reserve. You have to have the same momentum, the power, and intensity that you had when you played the first part of that song. So that's where this exercise comes in. And we also don't want to miss out on talking about nutrition, because nutrition is very important as well. I don't want to look over that at all. Your nutrition is important because what you put in your body also decides how you perform and what's advantageous based on just general health. being able to drink a lot of water during the course of the day, at least 8 glasses of water if you can remember that during the course of the day. Um, Being very mindful and careful of eating a lot of starches. Pull back on the sugar, salt, and butter. Salt can give you it's a lot of sodium, which can give you water fat. You want to know why you have this little excess fat on your body. It might not be fat, it might be water. And it takes drinking a lot of water to get rid of water. So, we're going to right now move on. I want to demonstrate and talk about balance. I'm going to demonstrate how I play drums and practice sitting on the stability ball in order to be aware of my balance, my posture, whether or not I'm leaning too much when I play the drums, being aware of my alignment sitting on the drum. Sometimes drummers lean too far over, bend too far over, and not aware of their posture, and they can't figure out why at the end of the gig their back is hurting them. It's because how you're sitting. So I'm going to show you how I attempt to work on my posture by practicing on the stability ball. would like to, at this moment, make some valid points to those of you who do tours, lengthy tours, big tours that involves a lot of traveling in and out of the hotels, to the venue, sound check, a bite to eat maybe, and then back and do the performance, back to the hotel, wake up tomorrow morning at 5:30, on a plane, into the next town or country, and do it over and over and over and over and over and over. We, and I say we because this is my lifestyle as well, we must take care of the body in order to continue to maintain this level of lifestyle. Okay? We may fly from the States to another country, and the country's time is about 6 or 7, 8 or more, maybe 15 hours ahead of what we're used to, what our body is accustomed to. So once you get into that country, the only thing that you really care about doing is getting something to eat and going to bed. And that's basically normal. But you want to make sure you're eating right when you're in these countries. You want to make sure that you're not just selling for anything. Make sure that your road manager or whoever the promoters are getting decent food for you and not you having to deal with whatever is provided. Because sometimes that needs to be addressed. I myself, I know that I can find fresh fish anywhere, so I eat fish, maybe some potatoes and broccoli, and that's my protein, that's my carbohydrates. In the morning, some sort of fruit, maybe some eggs, egg whites. If you eat bacon or if you have sausages, I prefer turkey. I don't do pork, and I also don't do red meat because of the level of how long it takes it to digest, and they just have pretty much not good ingredients in that type of protein. Lots of bacteria. But anyway, I want to say that drummers who do tours, you must train for that tour. In other words, I have friends who do big tours and they go and they tour, and now they're playing drums for like 3 hours or more, and night after night, and when they come off the tour, their back is just completely destroyed, jacked up. Why? It's because they didn't prepare themselves for this tour. They didn't do any kind of cardiovascular in order to enhance their breathing and get their heart rate up and running correctly, adequately before they go out on this tour. Maybe they didn't practice playing a big kit before they went out on the tour. Now they're playing another level of drums compared to what they normally would do at a local gig. You have to be mindful of this. There was a time when you were young, in your 20s, that you didn't even think about it. You just went and just did all this spontaneously. But as you grow older, you have to be a little bit more conscious of preparing the body, training the body to be prepared for these kind of events. And the same thing goes through the young guys or the young musicians. I'm not going to just say guys. Women and guys both together. You have to train for your instrument. You have to be prepared. Even at a young age. Just think about it. If you can take your level a little further than what your body is allowing you by proper nutrition and eating, just think the level of what you be able to pursue and conquer and playing. And if you do this continuously and continuously and continuously for as long as you can, such as I have, then you reach a certain level of fitness and health that's a little bit beyond a lot of your other friends and peers. And I give an example of that. Sometimes people ask me, George, what motivates you to exercise and not miss 3 days or whatever it is that you do during the course of the week to stay in it? Well, when I look around at my friends and I listen to them and hear them talk about, well, my back hurt, I had problems with my fingers, My knees are bothering me. I just really don't feel good about myself. I have no energy. I'm tired all the time. And I got to go in for an operation on this. And the doctor's going to cut that. When I hear them say all this, and I look at myself and see that I don't have any complaints like that, that I don't have any illnesses or ailments that's bothering me, aches and pains, like my friends around me do, that tells me I'm doing something right. That tells me I've been doing something right all these years in order to put me in a place that I'm not going to say I'm beyond, because anything can happen, and believe me, I thank God for keeping me on the right path and also taking care of me. But it's also about what you do. How you take care of yourself today has a great deal to do with how your results and what you're going to end up being tomorrow. So let's be very mindful of not ignoring this. Once this video ends, don't just put it to the side. Try to join the gym. Try to get 2 or 3 days of exercise in. Get on a treadmill for 20 minutes. You don't need to be up there for hours and hours. Those who wants to lose weight, it only takes a good 20-minute interval training on that treadmill, life cycle, elliptical. You don't need to be there all day. That's wasting time. As well as, not only are you burning fat, but you're burning the muscle that you need. Okay, we're going to do some more drum playing, because I just want to just let you see what I feel I have conquered through my exercise and proper nutrition.